Hello everyone, it's me Isabel, health and wellness educator, diabetes coach. I've been in wellness for over 13 years. And if you've been following along on my podcast journey, I have my podcast From Mud on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. My goal has been to put out a new podcast every Friday. Unfortunately, this week I don't have a podcast ready to go because we did have a bit of a family emergency. And so just had to prioritize that this week. But I did want to just get on here and offer a little something because I know that in my own life, I've gone through some hard things with the losses, especially with my husband. And, we have 2 young children. And with what's happened this week, we had basically a house fire in a friend's home, and thankfully everybody is okay, but they are losing almost all of their stuff, and the house is going to take a long time to be rebuilt. And the world, the US, there's just a lot going on right now that is very stressful and hard for people to cope with. And that's life. It's always going to be stressful. So these types of tools can always be useful and beneficial to anyone. So I just wanted to offer something up for anyone who is going through a hard time right now, who is struggling, who's overwhelmed. If you're in crisis, of course, it's a bit of a different thing, but this can also help. Deep breathing, meditations, even a short one, can just help to regulate the nervous system in the moment. And doing that several times can just help to get you through. So, one quick suggestion that I love to do is a mindfulness walk. If you're able to walk outside, even for just a few minutes, even just up and down your block. And I like to listen to, like right now, we're having kind of a bit of an early spring and there's lots of birds out. So I like to anchor to a sound like that, like bird songs. So I just listen to the birds, and as I'm walking, I'm focusing on the bird sounds, and that's my anchor. So something like that, whether it's you're counting your steps, you're looking at the trees, but pick one thing and focus and do a mindfulness walk. And that just helps you to ground into the moment. So grounding exercises are really valuable in times of major stress. Breathing, doing concentrated deep breathing is helpful. Just getting extra oxygen is going to relax your body, relax your nervous system. It anchors you into the moment. So I'm going to just lead off a little meditation. Go ahead and get into a comfortable position. I'm here in a car of my friends because there's just a lot going on in my house. There's the garbage trucks outside. I tried to hang in the backyard, and people, there's just a lot. So get to a place where you can just be alone for a few minutes if possible, and get into a comfortable position. And I like to start by closing my eyes, or you can even just lightly keep them open, but just relax in some way. And I always start off with some deep breathing. So deep breath in through the nose. Fill up the belly. Hold for a couple seconds. Exhale through pursed lips. I'm going to do 5 more of those. In through the nose. Try to notice where you have tension. If your shoulders are inching up when you breathe in, try to bring those back down. If your face is clenched, try to just relax it. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Empty all the way, and try to exhale longer than you inhale. I try to double it. So inhale. I believe we're at 2 more. Inhale, feel the tummy, the belly first, the diaphragm, and then your chest. And I try to do, if you can do 10 of those big, deep, nourishing breaths, really inhale slowly and exhale even slower. That just helps you to ground in the moment. I like to also add on some affirmations at the end. So I'll go ahead and add those in as well. So if you want to do the affirmations part, maybe finish out your 10 deep breaths, and I invite you to do these affirmations. I know sometimes it's hard for people to do affirmations if they don't believe it. So you can either change the affirmations to work for you and be more neutral statements, or you can kind of think of affirmations as things that you want to invite into your existence, into your reality. They may not be so right now, but you're claiming them. You want them for yourself and you want those things for yourself. So if that helps to think of it that way, they're I am statements, so that it's kind of, some people believe if you kind of state it that way, it's speaking to your subconscious level to kind of help you achieve the goal that you're speaking into existence. So I invite you to join. You don't have to, of course, change them if you need to, or just take what you want and leave the rest. So finish out your 10 deep breaths. I'll do one more to lead us in, and then I'm going to state the affirmation and leave some time for you to state it as well. So inhale. I am safe and secure. I am safe and secure. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am supported by my loved ones. I am supported by my loved ones. And you can repeat whatever you need to repeat. So that's kind of what I like to do in the moment, is like try to do some deep breathing, try to do some positive affirmations or positive visualizations. I'm a big believer in gratitude as an antidote to depressive thoughts. Obviously, I don't mean from a clinical standpoint. If you have clinical depression, I'm not saying don't take your meds and instead just say some affirmations and be grateful. I'm just saying it's another tool in the toolbox. Gratitude just helps your mental state. So it's always good to do a gratitude practice. And I specifically say practice because sometimes it doesn't come easy for us as humans. We're wired to notice the bad because that's what keeps us safe. If we notice the bad and we avoid the bad. So our brain is still wired that way. So we really, some of us who are very pessimistically oriented, have to train ourselves to seek out the light, the positive, the gratitude, the things to be grateful for. So if you're one of those people, it's a practice. You have to really put in intentional effort to change the way you view life and the hardships and things when they go wrong, especially. So I really suggest like a gratitude practice, especially when times are hard. Maybe that's when you have a gratitude goal. I'm gonna, reflect on, write down, say out loud 10 things I'm grateful for, 5 things I'm grateful for. And it can be simple things like having a safe place to live, having a bed to sleep on, being in good health, your family in good health, whatever small things you need to start with. And just practicing seeking those things out. It doesn't take away all the hardships, but it helps you to just be able to cope with the hardships a little bit more. Same with the deep breathing meditations. It's a tool to help you cope with these hardships. It's not going to take it away. So I hope everyone is staying safe out there. Take care of yourselves. And I will do the same. And hopefully I'll have that podcast ready for you, all about community and the village and having a support system and how that supports our health and wellness. Hint is it does. It's very important for health and wellness, long term and short term. Be well, everyone. Bye.